low country of South Carolina. It's quite an eyeful, both for the golfers and for the visitors to this spectacularly beautiful natural area. Marshlands, the live oak trees, the Spanish moss, all of that sets the backdrop for our latest show from two golf courses on the southernmost end of the greater Myrtle Beach area. Pawley's Plantation and the southernmost course, Founders Club. They provide the golf. The low country provides the atmosphere for you to enjoy on the latest episode of The Traveling Golfer from the low country of Myrtle Beach.
This lager comes from a place that's been brewing beer for longer than anyone else in America, where men and women have crafted amber gold in the caves below since before refrigeration. It comes from Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, and brings with it all the know-how that doing the thing well for nearly 200 years affords. Yuengling Traditional Lager. Respect. It's earned.
January 2nd, 1986, Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
July 10th, Lansdowne, Pennsylvania.
North Philly, September 17th.
West Hampton, New Jersey, June 6th.
August 16th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
At Beneficial Bank, we have one goal. Always try to do what's right for the people and businesses of the Philadelphia area.
Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania, March 16th.
Because we weren't just built here, we were born here.
Hi, I'm Stacy Lewis, and my apparel of choice is Antigua. Whether I'm hanging out with friends or playing a different game, or cheering on my favorite team, and especially when I'm playing my favorite game. Antigua, apparel for your game.
Here's what people are saying about Kutztown Auto.
We're closer than you think.
We're closer than you think.
We're closer than you think.
The leaves are falling and so are prices at Kutztown Buick. Buy a 2016 Buick Encore and save up to $5,000 off MSRP. Or lease a new Encore for as low as $189 a month.
We're closer than you think.
Experience the Kutztown difference at Kutztown Buick, Route 222 in Fleetwood. And remember,
We're closer than you think.
Does this guy have a nice office or what? The clubhouse at Pawley's Plantation, head professional Ryan Mooney, and it just doesn't get any prettier than that.
No, it does not. Like you said, beautiful place to work. Certainly enjoy coming here every day. The views are spectacular. Beautiful spot.
I'm going to guess a few weddings take place right there.
Quite a few, and myself included. It was just a beautiful venue, gorgeous clubhouse.
So Ryan, Pawley's Plantation, been around for a while. Jack Nicklaus-designed. Tell us a little bit about the characteristics of the golf course.
Absolutely. It's, like you said, Jack Nicklaus-designed. A little different than some of his other design golf courses, but the trees being strategically placed out there, very Jack Nicklaus-esque, if you will.
I like that term, Nicklaus-esque.
Well, what I mean by that is, for a perfect example, our hole number 9. It's not too long of a hole, but what Jack Nicklaus has done is he's put a pretty good-sized tree right in the middle of the fairway. For those lower handicap golfers, you really can take it up and over the tree, or if you can work the ball, you might be able to go from side to side. For others, they might want to lay up. It's not one of those courses where you just want to get up on the tee box and hit driver on every hole. It's a good mix of holes out there. We have some shorter ones and some longer ones. He really makes you think out there. There's some dog legs out there and some strategically placed trees that you want to be in good position off the tee to give yourself a shot at the green out there.
Speaking of the greens,
I think he's eased up a little on his greens on this design. They're not as undulated as some of his other designs, and they're good size, they're fair. We have two different courses here, basically. Front 9 weaves in and out of the trees, a lot of tree-lined fairways. Gets a little narrow in spots, but very playable golf course. Then you get out to the back 9. Once you step on the tee on 10, it's not an extremely long hole, but once you hit your tee shot, you do have a forced carry over a bit of water into a pretty demanding green.
Yeah, we know about the water on the back 9
Yes,
here.
the back 9 is full of water. Quite a few forced carries over some marshes. It's beautiful marsh views. Get a real nice picture of the Pawley's Island. Very unique causeway that we have out there, where it acts as our cart path and our tee box for 2 of our holes, 2 of our par 3s. Our signature hole being number 13. Quite a difficult, short little par 3 out under the marsh area.
Sure is.
And that wind, when it gets picked up, I'll tell you, it could be a 1 or 2 club difference.
And we always say the wind could be your friend or it could be your enemy. I never find the friendly wind.
I don't either. I don't either. No, I agree with you there. And the same with 17 coming back. You know, if it's behind you, it could be 2 clubs short. If it's into your face, you could be hitting a couple clubs extra.
So, Nicklaus, back in this era, 20-some years ago, had a reputation for designing some pretty difficult golf courses. I think Pawley's is one of the more difficult in the entire Myrtle Beach area.
I would agree with that, absolutely. You know, being down here for quite a few years, I've played most of the courses here, starting up in Myrtle Beach and working my way south. It certainly is one of the premier golf courses down here. One of, I believe, 3 courses that get out onto the marsh and the ocean area. So it definitely gives a great feel for those of you coming from the north that might not get this kind of a golf course where you normally play. Unless you want to go to the beach, you can stay right here. We have tennis courts, swimming pools, beautiful restaurants here. Everyone's heard of Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is a little bit more commercialized. Down here you get the beautiful beaches. Pawley's has always been rated one of the top beaches in the country, and you have some of the best golf courses in the area.
And you can see the island. It's right out that way.
We can see it
not
right
far
there.
From the beach.
No, not far at all.
The new Exotics EXI irons deliver traditional playability, feel, and control, combined with built-in distance technology. The EXI design features a traditional shape with less offset for classic playability and performance. EXI's variable face thickness technology creates a more powerful, expanded sweet spot, maximizing forgiveness and distance. To experience Exotics EX Iron's traditional playability with built-in distance technology, visit touredge.com and find a retailer near you.
To survive the perils of history and time, a brewery needs to hold true to the values it was founded on. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, began brewing lager close to 2 centuries ago. We're still here today because we made a damn good beer that tastes the way beer's supposed to. Yuengling Traditional Lager. Respect. It's earned.
Here's what people are saying about Kutztown Auto.
We're closer than you think. We're closer than you think.
Closer than you think.
Drive the Cadillac XT5, tailored to you, offering OnStar 4G LTE and built-in Wi-Fi hotspot. Get a low-mileage lease on the Cadillac XT5 from around $439 a month.
We're closer than you think.
Experience the Kutztown difference at Kutztown Cadillac, Route 222 in Fleetwood. And remember,
we're closer than you think.
January 2nd, 1986, Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
July 10th, Lansdowne, Pennsylvania.
North Philly, September 17th.
West Hampton, New Jersey, June 6th.
August 16th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
At Beneficial Bank, we have one goal. Always try to do what's right for the people and businesses of the Philadelphia area.
Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania, March 16th.
Because we weren't just built here, we were born here.
Hi, I'm Stacy Lewis, and my apparel of choice is Antigua. Whether I'm hanging out with friends or playing a different game, or cheering on my favorite team, and especially when I'm playing my favorite game. Antigua, apparel for your game.
The 18th green at the Founders Club, fronted by a pond, daunting shot to end the round. As General Manager, head professional Corey Bowers will tell you, there's a lot of birdies and a little bit of terror out here on the golf course too, correct?
Yes, sir, it sure is. It's a very unique style, a lot of risk-reward holes, a lot of position golf.
There is risk-reward on this golf course. The course has been around since 2008. There actually was an old course here before. They blew it up, and Thomas Walker built this beauty that I happen to like from day one.
A lot of sand moved, a lot of mounds, a great creation of elevation, a lot of shots. Do I take it? Do I not take it? And you know, at the end of the day, making breaks your round.
I feel like there's some kind of excitement one way or the other on every hole. And you can tell that the conditioning of the golf course really has picked up in recent years.
With the support of the new ownership, combination of having other brothers and sisters around golf courses, everybody's a good family, and it has been a lot better. Yeah. And the golf course is thriving from it.
Emerald Bermuda grass on the greens here. Same grass that they had at one time at Bay Hill. I don't know whether they still do or not. They've morphed into some other strains now, but this one here particularly seems to work well here.
It takes less water, really receptive to the heat, strong heat in the summertime.
One of the things I liked about the course is as you go through it, you really feel like you're playing 18 separate holes. No back-to-back holes, no, you know, looking at one fairway, seeing people on another. It really is sort of, each hole is framed.
You stand on the first tee, you see the first hole, and it's framed. It's got a great backdrop behind the greens with the elevation. And then you go to the second hole, and all you see is the second hole. And it's that way all the way through the golf course. Holes that you can remember when you leave.
And the elevated tees sort of help those vistas a little bit. You get to see everything ahead of you.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And there's not many holes you cannot see the whole golf hole from standing on the tee.
Yeah. Before anybody thinks it's a pushover, this course goes 7,000 yards from the tips and has plenty of length, you know, even at the other tees as they start to move forward. It's a player's golf course.
Yeah, you know, again, this goes back to the elevation. You know, with elevated fairways and elevated greens, there has to be a drop-off in there somewhere. So a lot of tricky up and downs, something to challenge the game.
I did notice a couple of nasty-looking pot bunkers out there.
Oh yeah, we have some very tough ones. You want to stay away from them. I'll say this: they're more visual than they are in play. A lot of it shows up on the backside of some holes. There's some in the middle of a stretch of a split fairway. Both fairways are very forgiving. Most of them are just visual.
The waste areas really run throughout the golf course.
Absolutely. The golf course has the native sand, the waste areas that run down both sides of most fairways. Not to be too worried. They're very playable, they're smooth, they're clean, not really soft sand. If you hit and strike the ball solid, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get this perfect solid shot that you would have right out of the fairway.
This particular hole, when you're coming in, is framed by the clubhouse behind it, really gives you the flavor of coming back home a little bit.
Oh yes, sir. We come down 18 as a nice little position tee shot, right down to a little low-lying area. Probably a wedge, but it's a tough shot at the end of the day. One of the things about this golf course, the more you play it, the more you appreciate it, the more you love it, the better you play it.
Number 12, a mid-distance par 5, head pro Corey Bowers' favorite hole on the golf course. Split fairways, generous split fairways. Maybe that's why he likes it. Oh yeah, I like this one too. Meredith Kirk. She has more hats than I have, I think. The official ambassador to Myrtle Beach, and of course LPGA teaching professional, lead instructor at the Dustin Johnson School of Golf at the TPC. Golf Digest named you as one of the top 40 instructors in the entire country.
It's such a privilege to be amongst this group of instructors because they're all amazing, and you know, I learn from all of them as well, because you never get to a point where you know it all. So I've just got to continue learning and doing the best I can for my students.
Tell me a little bit about the role of ambassador for Myrtle Beach. How did that come about?
In 2009, I became the Myrtle Beach Golf Ambassador, and it's wonderful. And you know, I grew up in this area, going to high school and college here, and I know the golf courses really well. I was a junior golfer, and I've been teaching for so many years now, and it's just a really good fit. So I get to really celebrate all of these courses, so many amazing things that you can do while you're here playing golf in Myrtle Beach. You have, you know, these live oak trees, and you get to see all these amazing birds.
When you're playing on the south end, you might as well take advantage of the rest of the atmosphere there, and that means some different shopping, restaurants, places to go and have a good time.
Oh yes, the food down here is great, and if you love that southern low country cuisine, you will find it here, as well as places you can go and hear live music, and everyone's really laid back. So in comparison to Myrtle Beach, which Myrtle Beach is great in itself, if you're wanting just to kind of chill out and just have a few days, you want to relax a bit, this is a great place to come.
From the days of just the guy trips, I think we're seeing more and more women coming down on women trips to the Myrtle Beach area?
Oh, absolutely. Myrtle Beach has grown so much. The shopping here is phenomenal. I mean,
yeah, that wasn't put in for the guys, we know that.
There are so many great places to go to shop, and little boutiques, and you have the outlet malls, which are great. And golf is becoming so much more accessible to women, and there are more women playing golf. They have so many flights that are going in and out of Myrtle Beach, and so many destinations are coming here that you can connect and get here. It's a great place to come.
2014, like you had extra time, you decided to enter a beauty pageant. Tell me, how did that come about?
Well, you know, I used to coordinate the PGA Junior League program here in South Carolina, and when I was coordinator of that program, a lot of the kids could not afford golf equipment to play in it. So it concerned me as an instructor, and I want every child to have the opportunity to play golf. And so I came up with this program called the Junior Golf Exchange, where children can get fitted golf equipment, a complete set at no cost. I would need media attention for this project, and so I thought, how can I do this? And with the help of some of my friends, we came up with the idea of entering the Mrs. South Carolina pageant, which I have never been in a pageant, and really borderline tomboy myself, and wear fake lashes, walk around in a two-piece and 6-inch heels. I learned quite a bit.
Number 2 at the Founders Club. Looks like a pretty straight hole until you see water all the way down the right, trouble left, water in front of the green. What's the strategy?
Well, I think the strategy for this hole is to definitely set up for a draw and just give it as much power as you can. This is a power shot because with that water in front of the green, for me, I want to get as much distance as I can, so I'm using a shorter club as I'm coming to approach the green.
All right, I'm going with a little different strategy, airborne. That's all I'm thinking of. There's the draw.
Oh, good. Got my draw.
Well, we followed directions. We got to the left side of the fairway, little side hill lie, but classic bottleneck hole. The farther you hit it, the more it narrows down.
I know.
Hazard on the other side. Let's see how we do. Oh, baby. Go in. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's switch jobs. You start teaching me, okay?
Hi, I'm Stacy Lewis, and my apparel of choice is Antigua. Whether I'm hanging out with friends or playing a different game, or cheering on my favorite team. And especially when I'm playing my favorite game. Antigua, apparel for your game.
January 2nd, 1986, Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
July 10th, Lansdowne, Pennsylvania.
North Philly, September 17th.
West Hampton, New Jersey, June 6th.
August 16th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
At Beneficial Bank, we have one goal. Always try to do what's right for the people and businesses of the Philadelphia area.
Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania, March 16th.
Because we weren't just built here, we were born here.
Here's what people are saying about Kutztown Auto.
We're closer than you think. Closer than you think. We're closer than you think.
The leaves are falling and so are prices at Kutztown Buick. Buy a 2016 Buick Encore and save up to $5,000 off MSRP. Or lease a new Encore for as low as $189 a month.
We're closer than you think.
Experience the Kutztown difference at Kutztown Buick, Route 222 in Fleetwood. And remember,
We're closer than you think.
When you come to the low country, southern end of Myrtle Beach, it's always good to have a tour guide. Our tour guide, Steve Mays, Director of Marketing for the Founders Group. They own, manage 22 golf courses in the greater Myrtle Beach area, many of them on the south end. That gives you a wonderful assortment of opportunities here.
We certainly do. I mean, the South End's a lot different than the Myrtle Beach area. It's much more quiet down here. It's much more slower paced down here, and a different experience than you have in Central Myrtle Beach. And we have 6 golf courses down here.
Now, as varied as the golf menu is, you also have varied choices for accommodations right here close. And that's something a lot of people don't realize because they don't see the big hotels down this end.
That's right. There's a lot of actually houses on the beach. And then we also have Litchfield Beach and Golf Resort, which is our main property that's down here on this end. And they have condos, they have hotel rooms, they have townhouses. We have townhouses here and condominiums located on Pawley's Plantation.
Right at the golf course,
right,
yeah.
As well as at Tradition Club. So there's great accommodations here, especially that's really fitted for a golf package.
Yeah, I've stayed in everything down on this end from a smaller 2-bedroom condo to a big 4-bedroom house, that a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, great room, the whole, I mean, you can have a lot of fun in those houses and they're so close to all the action. So we're featuring Pawley's Plantation and the Founders Club in this show, but there's really a lot close by that the Founders Group controls and makes it so easy for your golf trips.
Well, that's a great thing about coming down to the South End because you have Pawley's Plantation as well as Founders. And then we also have Litchfield Country Club, which is a great old golf course.
An old golf course, yes.
Fantastic layout. Adjacent to Litchfield Country Club, we also have the River Club, which is a fantastic layout. Has a couple of island greens out there and really a nice golf course. And then just down the road from there, we have Willbrook Plantation, which is a Dan Maples design.
I always liked Willbrook. I'll tell you, I've played it a number of times over the years, and that was one that, I enjoyed bringing other people for their first time to the area to play.
Exactly. It's one of my favorite golf courses down here on this end. It sits right along the Waccamaw River. It's a beautiful golf course, aesthetically as well as a challenging golf course. And located literally across the street from there is the Tradition Club, which is a great round golf course.
And if it's the one course that I had to play over and over again in the area, that's the one I'd pick.
It is a special layout. It's playable, but it's a beautiful golf course, and it's a lot of fun to play.
Oh. Well, that's a great assortment, and that's the key thing. A lot of visitors to the Myrtle Beach area don't always get that. Sectionalize your golf trip. I know there's other great courses you want to play them on your next trip. Mm-hmm. Come to the Low Country and play these ones that are so close to each other.
It's a different feel and place down here in Pawley's Island and Litchfield Beach, and as it starts in Myrtle's Inlet. There's some great shops here. There's some great restaurants down here. I mean, one trip you can stay in Central Myrtle Beach and everything and all the great golf courses that has to offer, and on your next trip come down to the south end and slow the pace down a little bit and play some of these great golf courses. There's holes out there that you just can't see anywhere else in the country, and they're spectacular golf holes, and you see that a lot down here on this end.
The best way for people to get in touch with all these places and how to find out to put together their golf trip?
Go to myrtlebeachtrips.com and you can see all of the great golf courses we have up and down the Grand Strand, and specifically down here on the south end. We have accommodations, so you can do golf packages, you can book your tee times only. All your golf needs, you can go to myrtlebeachtrips.com.
A new look to the golf landscape in Myrtle Beach, but a good change. No visit to Myrtle Beach would be complete without a visit to the beach. This is Litchfield Beach, one of the most beautiful beaches on this entire 65-mile strand of beaches that goes all the way up to North Carolina. It's also 65 miles of golf courses, just about 100. And with all of this, you get a taste of the low country at the southernmost end. We showed you Pawley's Plantation, we showed you the Founders Club, and we showed you all there is in this area. It's a different lifestyle, and the lifestyle that attracts people from all over the world. We hope you enjoyed this version of the Traveling Golfer from the Low Country in Myrtle Beach. Come back with us again.
Tony Leodora's golf wardrobe, courtesy of Antigua, the leader in modern golf apparel. Tour Edge is the official equipment sponsor of the Traveling Golfer.